Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, this story about Jimmy Wanjigi is still going on, and based on a story which I stumbled upon, it's alleged that the police have still surrounded Jimmy Wanjigi's home and they are still on the lookout for his whereabouts. Earlier on, police boss, the acting police boss Gilbert Masengeli, issued a directive that Jimmy Wanjigi should submit himself to any police station of his choice.
He surrenders to the nearest police station whatsoever.
Now, what is happening is that his home at Muthaiga is still surrounded. But there's something also that has been said about this issue of Jimmy Wanjigi. Because I was watching a certain news, then I came across a story where a news reporter was saying that you cannot make a call when you're around Jimmy Wanjigi's home. Meaning, there's something we call network jammers, you know. So these jammers could have been activated, and whenever these jammers are activated, you can't access your wireless connectivity anywhere. You can't make a call. It's literally off. The network is off. So that is what appears to be a game plan of Jimmy Wanjigi. So I think this is something that he could have prepared himself with initially, so that anytime he feels that he's under a threat, then that is what he should execute. So the question, ladies and gentlemen, is where is Jimmy Wanjigi? Is Jimmy Wanjigi within the residence, within his home, or is he somewhere outside his home? So they're going to wait there as much as it takes. So I want us to explore this story further, ladies and gentlemen. But before you get there, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. I am so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like us to go to this story extensively because this is something that we had wanted to talk about. I wanted us to talk about, just that had some little engagement, but this is something that is worth discussing, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier on, there was a footage of Jimmy Wanjigi in the streets of Nairobi, and then a tear gas was lobbied where he was talking to the youths. And then what followed is that he was quickly whisked away. And then what preceded that whisking away is a car that was spotted at Jimmy Wanjigi's gate.
Like a home in what Wanjigi termed as an attempt to raid his home via his ex-handle. At the heart of the drama unfolding in this quiet neighborhood was this car, a Toyota Land Cruiser, alleged to be owned by the businessman.
There was word that Jimmy Wanjigi is one of the financiers of the Gen Z's movement. To be honest, most politicians have wanted to milk from this movement of Gen Z's. Why? Because the youth consider themselves as tribeless, leaderless. So leaders are scrambling for these votes which are hanging in the balance. Martha Karua is one of those leaders who want to take advantage of these votes. We have seen Kalonzo Musyoka also talk about Gen Zs. Now we are seeing Jimmy Wanjigi talking to the Gen Zs. So of these three leaders, who do you think is ready to sacrifice for the Gen Zs? I have seen Jimmy Wanjigi as one of those leaders who is ready, because he went to the streets, got tear gas in the streets. So he was with the Gen Zs. But what about Martha Karua? That has not been seen of her. And what about Kalonzo Musyoka? That has also not been seen of her. So Jimmy Wanjigi exhibited exactly what Raila Amolo Odinga has always exhibited, because Raila has always found himself in the middle of this chaos, demonstrations. But this time round, he was not party to it. I think it's because of his quest for the AUC. And by the way, there is already a list of, I think, 4 gentlemen. There is Mauritania, there's from Djibouti, now we have Kenya, and I think Seychelles. I'm not sure about the other country, but there are 4 countries, you know, that have submitted the names. And Djibouti, Mahmoud, Djibouti we expected Djibouti was going to forward a name, but we know that Somalia, the president of Somalia advised Fauzia to withdraw from the race, and that's what happened. So back to this story of Jimmy Wanjigi. Where do you think Jimmy Wanjigi is hiding himself in? You know, this is not the first time that Jimmy Wanjigi is finding himself in this kind of mess. During Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, Jimmy Wanjigi was accused to be harboring a very explosive items in his home. But then this matter went to court, and what happened thereafter is that Jimmy Wanjigi won the case, and I think there was some damages to be paid. So this story, ladies and gentlemen, this story, is it something that is real? Because it appears as a movie. Someone was saying that this looks like a movie. Is it that Jimmy Wanjigi stage managed this whole thing so that he can as well go back to court and maybe later on seek compensation? Is that the case? Or is it a case of the government fearing that if Jimmy Wanjigi teams up with the Gen Zs like it's purported, then he might cause a lot of problems to the people? What is happening? Someone gave me a different narrative. I want to weigh all these narratives. Anything is possible. The first person told me that, Jimmy Wanjigi is a businessman. And because he's a businessman, these things could have been stage managed. Jimmy Wanjigi could have organized all these things so that the police impound on him, so that at the end of the day he's taken to court, wins the case, and gets paid. That is what someone else talked about. I don't want to believe that narrative, but that's what I was told. Someone else told me also that, because I was trying to seek opinions from different people. Someone else told me that what is happening is that the government is afraid of a Jimmy Wanjigi Gen Z's team up. Should that happen, the government will find a very strong opposition from Gen Zs who are led by Jimmy Wanjigi. Mind you, the government has been hell-bent trying to find out who is this person who is heading the Gen Zs. So the fact that Jimmy Wanjigi came out is only confirming that he is one of those people who has been spearheading this issue of Gen Zs, but chini ya maji. That is what is being portrayed. And that's why the police have reacted the manner in which they have reacted. And you've seen how they reacted when they got to Jimmy Wanjigi's gate. Mind you, Jimmy Wanjigi has put one of the most expensive, very, very secured gate, whereby for you to cross that gate, lazima ufanye kazi kubwa sana. And then there are security guards who are manning that gate. And then there was also a spy camera that revealed that the other side of the gate there was an SUV, I think, SUV that was parked there. That SUV was meant to block any car or block that gate from being opened, because you have to open by pushing it inside. But then there's a car there just right in front of that gate, and that car, for you to access that gate, that car must be removed first and the gate must be opened, because you can't just open the gate the way you want. It's highly secured. So meaning accessing the gate, hiyo ni kazi ngumu sana. So personally, I think Jimmy Wanjigi is in his Muthaiga home. I mean, that's what I think. Because where else could he have gone to? Of course, he can reside in any place, but I personally believe he's there, and I personally believe that the police will just tire waiting for him. Or maybe they can take their time and still wait for him for days until he gets out of that compound, then they impound on him. He can as well decide that, let me hand over myself to the police so that they can take me to court, I win this case, and then I get paid by the government. You know, these are some of the things which we have seen. To cut this whole story short, the police are still are surrounding Jimmy Wanjigi's home, And all these are to make sure that he gets arrested anytime he is seen within the vicinity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there. But just go below in the comment section and just tell us, what do you think? Do you think Jimmy Wanjigi is at his or in his Muthaiga home? Just go below in the comment section. You can offer a reaction on that. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.